Hey everyone, Lensmanoz here and welcome back to Manufactio. So, starting to notice a little bit of a problem in that we're getting a lot more mobs than we were before. Now, I do run a lower difficulty than normal, and you know, I am kind of playing this more for the gameplay, not for the fighting of the mobs, but you'll notice just how much sulfur pollution is over there. Now that is causing a bit of an issue in that direction. Now if we head out over here, I don't go too far because I'll get owned and I'll start some lag because there are, with the amount of things that are happening out here. A little bit hard to see without going a long way out. Let's try it with this. That's all polluted soil. That's all polluted soil. That's all polluted soil. That's, you know, like, or polluted earth or whatever you want to call it. All the way out there is a whole bunch of polluted earth, and obviously mobs spawn on polluted earth. So the guns I have on this side of the base, so namely that one, and less so this one over here, but they tend to have a bit of a mission each night, which is why I've run this these lanterns out here to try and cut down on things spawning in this sort of area. But we're starting to really get the mobs coming from this side. Now, I mucked around a little bit with the farm here. I don't know how effective this is. Thought I'd try out some of the chimney mod, and at the moment I've got these plates, vents, so these are the ones where you can see from the side, they're the vent, and they pump into here. So when one of these is running, so it's full of charcoal at the moment, let's empty it out. When one of these is running, it pumps all its pollution into that area. Now these only generate carbon pollution, I think. So that's something that hopefully helps the growth in here. Now I have got an opening here and it doesn't quite fill up across there, and I've got a filter at the top, which if I go up, not sure if they're actually getting anything. No, not yet. So the idea is that if we pump the carbon into the farm, hopefully it'll pick up and grow faster, but testing phase more than anything. And the downside is I can't auto extract from the furnace because you have to have this pump underneath it to make it work. And the only place you can extract from a vanilla furnace is underneath. So downside, I come over here and empty it out every now and then, but I do have coal and the lime wood being automatically pumped into the back. I might actually add in oak wood as well, just because this seems to switch between oak and lime wood. It's a little hard to access the farm now. Whoops. It's just... see, it won't extract from that side either. It's a bummer. Anyway. Let's get out of here without getting zapped. So let's add oak to that so that it can and keep it topped up if it does run out. Let's chuck these away. Knocked down another silo. This time it was the coal one. And I'm going to need a third elite thing here. Because that one's almost full, that one is full, and I think that shipping container over there is full, which is why I've decided, okay, I'm going to try this. But I will make a third one in between, or eventually I might drain out this one here. I was having a bit of an issue where I was getting a lot of iron backed up, and it turned out I had a lot of junk had somehow made it its way into the furnaces, so they weren't working at all. So I've gone ahead and put filters on pretty much the top of every one, so that hopefully things don't get chocked up full of just random junk. Like I was getting eggs and seeds and things that were on the belts from things dying and etc. I hear a mob. What are you doing, game? Oh. It's under the ground. Oh no, it was there. I was going to say it's on the ground somewhere. Nope. Alright. So this episode, there's been a small change which isn't released in the pack yet, but it's something that Golrith is working on. And that's changing a couple of the recipes around to help us with some of the automations. So if you remember from the previous episode, we had issues with the sulfuric acid, and it backing up in the mixer, and it wasn't staying good in here. So what he's done is he's changed the recipe to allow you to use something called sulfur something or other. Let's have a look. Sulfur, this stuff, ferrous sulfide. So it is just 1 pulverized iron and 5 sulfur, which is the same recipe in a crafting thing here. Which is okay. Yes, it's an extra step, but I can automate this, so I can just pump in iron and sulfur as required, and we are good. I have had a bit of an issue with these guys accidentally producing solid fuel instead of what they're supposed to, so he's going to work on that as well. I've just thrown some seeds and... Ouch. Hey, where did that come from? Don't like polluted earth being here. Thrown some seeds and some dandelions into this one, and it works from there on. Problem with the oil system is that I haven't been using lubricant fast enough. So this gets all backed up and end up... Oh, it's full of gasoline at the moment, actually. This gets backed up, and I end up using the lubricant because that's pretty full. So I've got a pipe there, which I just disable as required. Just pop a pipe in and then use some lubricant to make some more sulfur. The reason this will be backed up at the moment is because I've got this guy turned off. So the cart is now gone. I was finding it was getting stuck all the time. So I might just reconfigure this. Yeah, let's reconfigure this. Let's put this here and set to extract underneath. Actually, I want to disconnect that. And yeah, cool. Right, that should start the gasoline running again. Yeah. This should now be draining. Yes, and then we're getting lubricant building up again. So I'm not sure how much oil I have left, but you know, playing it by ear. What else did I add? Weak. This guy making hardened fluid ducts. So we just had the normal ones here, and I've now stepped it up. So we've got hardened and as well, which is just fluid ducts and I think steel plates. Must be in the back one. It's not an expensive recipe, and some lubricant, obviously. So they're all good, and I rerouted this pipe to be straight because it had that dog leg, and I think I annoyed some people with it. But yeah, it's kind of straight. Still got that dog leg, but I also needed to move it so I could put this guy in. Okay, so this episode, obviously, as I was saying, there's been some changes to recipes, and one of them was the ferrous sulfide. The other was creeper acid. So, now, creeper acid has been changed. Do you have the ability to take oak saplings? You do now. Creeper acid has been changed. If we look at this guy, recipe, it's now a mixer only recipe. So he's removed the tech guns recipe and made it so that it can only be made in a mixer, which is fine. Bit of a pain in the backside, but it's fine. So I've got this one going, which is 1 gunpowder, 4 biofuel. So it's the same recipe, it's the same amount of water, and I believe it gives the same creeper acid. I can't remember for sure, but I'm using this one because I already had that set up. It just meant, excuse me, just meant that I had to remove the tech guns chemical plant and put in a mixer. I could use this one, the sulfuric acid and gunpowder, but I'm already out of sulfuric acid most of the time over there, because I'm using it for 2 different processes and I haven't scaled up at all. So I don't want to overburden that by stealing more of it for something else. So this has been working, and I've processed a fair bit of titanium. I think it's going in here, isn't it? There you go. So I've processed a few stacks. We've got an ingot there. So we've got a few stacks of titanium ore processed up. And that's reducing some of the titanium I've got in my storage. But so far I haven't used the reaction chamber heat ray focus, so I'm happy about that. This is like 100 short. I've got a little bit of an issue here where it doesn't seem... I think it's backed up at the moment. Why are you backed up? I've got to get up here without getting zapped. How did you get in there? Whatever. Okay, so you can see I do have issues where I still run out of this stuff. But hopefully we're good. Alright, so titanium is running. I'll just throw this ore in here. Got a couple of loot bags from some of the mobs I was killing, so let's just have a real quick look. Leather and copper ingot, yep, fair enough. Christmas, have them. LV wire and plastic sheet, yeah, okay. So obviously with the cart gone, all I've done is connected up pipe work so that it can bring it down and over here into the system. So the other thing I've been working on is burning through materials, and I have some low density structures made here because I do want to make some yellow science, and it is going to become harder and harder to make this until I can unlock a couple of other things. Let's get some silver in there. I think it's copper in this one, is it? Yeah, copper in there. And plastic sheets around the back. So it's not an amazing recipe, but it's alright. You know, I'm getting some low density structures made up. And if you remember from previous, low density structure makes all sorts of stuff. So in the rocketry sort of area, you can see we're going to need it for a fair bit. Even whatever that is. But it's mainly used for the high-tech science pack. So I want to set this guy up today. I do need to move my yellow cake production, so I think it's gone to chemical plant only now with sulfuric acid, so I do need to make another chemical plant. which is fine. Again, that's, you know, it's Golrith's pack, and these are the way he wants it to run, which is fine. So sulfuric acid, uranium. So I do need to build another chemical plant. I'll build it over here, and we'll just tap into the sulfuric acid. At least I don't have to watch for a thing running anymore. So I'll build another guy here. Let's just get this stuff out of the way. I'll put this chest in so I can just dump in things that I don't need, like this junk on the ground, and it will get processed to wherever it needs to, I guess. You can see that's disappearing pretty quick. So I'll build another chemical plant here in between episodes again, and I did build one. I did build this guy over here, and he is making solid fuel from lubricant. So that's set up. It's just a regular chemical plant. That's set up to make solid fuel. We have manually crafted the whatever the structure blocks, whatever they're called, low density structures. I've got a bit of yellow cake made up already. These guys are close. Where are they? Here somewhere? Oh yeah, over there. So we're pretty close, and once I build the other chemical plant, missed him. Let's go the big gun. Take that. Once I build that other one, and that we use this yellow cake, oops, over there. All right. Cool. So if I place this guy out here somewhere, maybe near this thing, because chemical plant will go. I don't know, what have we got? Another one of these guys. Probably put. Am I leaving 2 or 3? 3. 3. So he'll be here. 1, 2, 3, and the output will be there. So if I put this guy there, I'll be able to output from this point straight in the top of here, and then we can output into the system under here. It's not where I wanted it. One day I will continue hiding stuff and, you know, putting covers back on things and the like, but for the moment I'm kind of just focusing on getting the builds done. Alright, so yellow cake is in. Alright. This guy here I have prepped up. It's just been placed down, but I don't think I put anything. Oh, hang on. No, that's the sulfur. Oh, hang on. I'm on the wrong side of the base for this. You are making... Yep. So the elite control circuits are there, and it's probably waiting on... So many things I can't get to. These are the cables. Oh, you're just waiting on the fluid. So it's just waiting on sulfuric acid. Which eventually there is advanced sulfuric acid processing, but I need to the moon first. So that's something I do want to unlock and get. So I'm going to head back over the other side. I do have a machine made up and a lab set up ready for yellow science. I don't have a thing in the wall over there yet, but yeah, I've got other bits. So here's our guy here, and then there's the lab. So put a few more solar panels up here to try and keep things working. Down here we need to set up that recipe, so it will be whitelist this, whitelist this, whitelist this, and whitelist yellow cake. So that should be all the items that are required, and obviously things are going to take a while to get over here from their respective spots in the base. And the only thing that won't come over will be these, because I don't have them connected up because I was doing that process manually. So that's the, yep. If I place this in here, I don't want to put it in there because it'll be pulling out of the system over the other side. I've got a couple of these on me. You silly computer. Yeah, I've got a couple. No, it'll have pulled some from the other side. They will be making their way over. I can probably put, you know what, let's just pop you in there. Come on, go. One day I'll some better servos on here. So we can put some yellow cake in there. Oh, I had a bit of an issue. I've got this elite bin here. I had an issue when I was doing the coal. For whatever reason, the filter, I think I had a lag spike while I was trying to do filters and stuff, and the filter removed itself from the bin. And before I knew it, the ammo press had gone to town and had made 1,000 rounds, but it's all in an elite bin. So this is the third one for the coal, which I'll eventually, hopefully it'll empty out. It'd be nice if it would. It'd be nice if it'll empty out and then I'll be able to get my elite bin back. Are you working? Got stack of yellow cake. I'm assuming it's already got a stack coming. That's the only thing I can think of, is that the system has already allocated some and it's on its way. Come on, thank you. Cool. I mean, I can throw these in here, they'll probably go. Maybe. Pretty sure that's all hooked up. Yeah, anyone who was yelling at me, feel free. Oh gosh, nope, nothing's gonna turn up unless I connect things up, right? Nope. Yeah, so things will happen now, actually, instead of just imagining it from before. Those elite circuits might disappear from here soon. Maybe. But this is yellow science. So apart from the manual crafting that I've done of the structure blocks, which structure this guy, I want to do this recipe. So that's 20 of the next titanium thing that I don't have unlocked yet. I could do this, and I do have these items all in stock, and I could be making this, but this makes 4. So until we can get that titanium stuff, which is just aluminium and titanium. So once we can get this with some water, we'll get this, and then we'll have to have the arc furnace, and we'll furnace it up, and we will be awesome. 20 of them gives us 4 of the doobies, so that'll be great. Alright, I think that's everything I prepped up for this episode. That's backed up. Why are you backed up? I don't like things getting backed up. Not very nice. Have some belts. Okay. So yeah, base is getting a bit messy with overgrowth. I've still been going and throwing stacks of redstone into the Hellforge every now and then to make sure that my ducts are being made. Got the 2 stacks here, which is cool. Alright, let's see what we can unlock. Just check the time left. about 5 minutes or so. I'd like to unlock one science, so I'll go and check that in a minute. I'd like to start unlocking some of this stuff. So we got robotics, which is hauler drones. And there's this little guy. I want to say I unlocked something in between. I think it was this guy, the grenade launcher. I was considering a grenade launcher up on the roof up here. But the grenades can't be automated. So recipe for the grenade is frag grenade into 40mm grenade, or in a metal press. TNT is the thing that can't be automated, which is a downer, because that would be nice. I'd like to be able to automate grenades and just lob them, because it's not hard to make the guy. Alright, so let's have a look. What can we get unlocked in the last couple of minutes? I mean, we could just unlock a few. That's 200 production. That's 100 high tech. This guy's 400 high tech, so you can see I'll be doing a few things here. 150 of each. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's drones. So A034. This little guy. Super Jerry's 2 drone mod. Iron plates, advanced circuits. I don't know. I've never tried this guy. I don't have a huge use for him, but we needed to unlock robotics. This keeps happening. Just don't have the storage. I've got 2 running, and I did actually run out of iron in between. I had to set up the second one to run with this as well. I'd like to unlock the next modules. Maybe that'd be a better option. So that is also something we could unlock. Advanced robotics, high-tech science. Productivity module 2, which I've almost done here apparently. A bit of red, bit of green. Okay. This is plus 6% chance of not consuming materials, plus 60% RF per tick, and it's minus 15, so it's slower. But that's obviously something we'll need to unlock these things. Efficiency reduces RF by 40%. Would be good. So let's grab that one, a little bit more red. Cool. AO43B. AO43. Okay, so this guy, recipe, it's a bit nasty. I should set some of these guys up. I think I've got one of them set because I needed it for a recipe. So I might have to set up this as well. Get the efficiency module 1 automated and then automate efficiency module 2. That's a lot of circuits. But I only need a handful of these guys. Alright, anyway, that's cool. And what's the third one? Speed module. Takes a big chunk of power. I mean, okay. So we've now got speed module 2 as well. 42. 42B. Same deal probably. Yep, silver. I think we got this guy. This one's the one that we had to automate for something. Oh, well, maybe it wasn't. That was this guy. Uses of this. Yeah, for production science. So maybe we'll set these up and just put a basic bin. Just do a single stack or something like that. Not sure. But getting the boost to some of our machines would be nice. Alright. Probably got a couple of minutes left. No, I think we've just hit it, but let's see what else we can quickly unlock. Advanced rocketry, no. I mean, like, this is the advanced assembler. I do have the things we need for a cloche. We could unlock the cloche. I don't know what it's worth. Okay, A031. A031. Oh, it's regular recipe. That's nice. I can make a bunch of these. All right. So maybe we can ditch our big farm. I don't know if he's played with the power. I don't know if it says in here. Let's provide water and power. We might be able to set up a few of these to be pumping into here, so we've always got biomass. That's jammed up again, hasn't it? Yeah, it'll have titanium in it. Yeah, so I might do that. I might one day I'll move that to the top of this thing and we'll be done. Alright? It won't be an issue. Oh gosh. Yeah. So I'm gonna build some cloches in between episodes here. Logistics drones. I might need to do some reading here. Okay. Yeah, still lots to unlock, and I do want to get this guy. Let's do it. I just used all my production sites. Right. Really? Come on. Don't know why it does this sometimes. Was it green? Yes. Sometimes it just doesn't want to put them back in. Alright. So this is the Frogman processor, and that is named after a another fellow video creator. Got the Oil Baron award. Sure. So yeah, that was a suggestion made by Frogman, and I will have to set one up over there to use this bitumen that we've got coming out of this process, and some sand, which I've got a fair bit of sand in my drawer system, and it'll produce oil again, so we can just reuse that stuff and pump it back into the system. So I might build that, or at least get all the items I need for the Frogman processor. This guy. So I'm going to need a controller and some nickel sheet metal. Interesting. Big fluid input hatch. Normal energy. Yeah. So we've got a few things. I'll make them in between, and I'll build one of these guys over there. And hopefully we can reuse and recycle. So, in the meantime, thank you all for watching. Please leave those comments down below. Whenever there's a change to the pack, there's always a way of getting it working again. There's a husk in here somewhere. So just sometimes, there it is. Takes a bit of maneuvering. I think you're stuck, buddy. 99. Yeah, so till next time. Thanks again, and I'll see you then. Bye now. Oh yeah, something I forgot to do. Yellow science. Cool. Yellow science. A little bit anticlimactic, but yellow science is a go. This will now create, it creates 3 from every one of those blocks. So we now have the ability to make yellow science. I'm going to put 2 of them in there. Just really quickly come back to here. Submit it. Get our legendary loot bag. Unlocked high-tech science. Check out what's in here. Ender pearl, a bucket, some paper, and an iron chest plate. Wouldn't call that legendary. Anyway, just remembered, just as I finished recording, that I was gonna get one of these going. Still processing, or has it got no power? Not enough energy. Yeah, it's night time. Alright, thanks again. I'll see you next time.